Hello, Kanika. Kanika is new. She wasn't there
Hi,
yesterday.
how are
She's one
you?
of very well, very well. कहाँ से ज्वाइन किया है तूने?
ऑफिस से।
Oh
आई एम
my
इन ऑफिस।
God, ऐसे ऐसे करके क्यों बैठी है तो ऑफिस से ज्वाइन किया है तो. Hello, Sonu भैया. Thank you so much for joining. Means a lot. Once again, Shell, Gitika Bhabhi. Awesome. We have people turning in. We'll wait for 5-7 minutes. Shell is again a part of the Way of the Champions community and a very dear friend. Hello, Gitika Bhabhi. Hi, Shell. Thank you so much for joining. It means a lot. आप म्यूट पे हो वैसे.
Hi. Hello,
Hi.
everybody.
Hello, hello, hello.
हाय शैल।
So we have 4 new people coming in. मैं बस टेक चेक कर रही थी. मुझे ब्रेकआउट रूम वगैरह कुछ करना नहीं आता. And Mansi wasn't there today to handle what she did yesterday, just giving context. So I was learning all of that. Thank you so much for joining. That's sorted.
You have gotten that or not?
I figured that out. हाँ जी, हाँ जी. मेरे को एक चीज और करनी है अभी. जब मैं शेयर स्क्रीन करूंगी तब मुझे एडवांस में जाके अपना म्यूजिक शेयर करना है. ये भी कर दिया मैंने. Let's see. Awesome. So Shell, we had about 28 people. So 30 people joined at one point of time. Ultimately, then there were 28 in the room. And when we closed towards the fag end of 2 hours, we still had 14 people around who were like who wanted to still be in that energy and they were sticking around. So that was very beautiful. It was a very encouraging experience for me. I'll let 10, 15, 20 like odd people join in and then I'll begin. We'll wait till 11:05 and then we'll start talking. Aparna, can you at least admit people? That is showing to you?
Yes,
Okay, so then you admit because for me to go back and check again and again is getting
sure.
cool.
So, Garima, what are we doing? I did not attend yesterday. So
Absolutely. I'll fill you in. So the way we are going to structure this today is that I'm going to do a short recap in 10 minutes of what we did yesterday. The idea basically got conceived because of this book that I really hold very dear to my heart, written by a professor from, yeah, it's written by a professor who teaches at Delhi University. She is not a mythologist, she is an historian, ideally. And she writes on Shiva and Shakti from a historic proof perspective. She also teaches at Oxford University. So
Okay.
I was like, if somebody that deep, and she narrates her story that she was a skeptic and then intuitively things started happening for her and gates started opening for her, and how, well, till date she's a very, very revered, and the foreword is written by Shashi Tharoor. So it's that level. But the beauty of this book is, hi Aditi, thank you for joining. The beauty of this book is that it's like a children's book for adults. There are pictures of yantras, mantras, devis, their different roops, what's the meaning in Buddhism, what's the meaning in Jainism, what are the scriptures, what do they say, what is historic proof of it. मैंने कहा यार इस पे कुछ करते हैं, and then linking it back to our practical learning, the way your thing is about the change starting from us, everything that we are learning in different shapes and forms, bringing all of that together and then talking about it. Great. So we're 12 people right now. I'm waiting for another 2 minutes for more people to join in, and then maybe we can begin. Anybody who was there yesterday would like to share their experience of the workshop? That'll really be very, that'll help me be
Can I
encouraged.
share?
Yes, please, Geeta.
Okay. Yesterday, I found it very healing when you asked us to express uh, the point where we were told that you're a specific gender. Like I remember when I was a child, I would dance my heart out. There used to be a serial on DD National, Om Namah Shiva. There was a fire Shiva dancing, and I would imitate that. Like I would dance very freely. I would just imitate Shiva, and I would get a lot of praise from my father, relatives and all. Wow, wow. And as I started growing up, my boobs started getting voluptuous, and when I would dance, like I was like, I didn't get the same amount of admiration and like, what are you doing? What dance and stuff? Like, you're a girl, like, behave a certain way, be a certain way, and all of that. So, yeah, I feel a lot of that emotion suppressed, wo expression wala jo main dance ke through karti thi, all of that remained very much inside. And yesterday, as I was recollecting that particular thing, and I wrote it, like, I was in tears, like, there was so much suppression, and yeah, it came out. It was healing.
And over the years, that's so true because we are all a part of the community, and I'd invite Cher to talk about it a little, where we are taught about somatic work. Body is the soma, it's just the physical manifestation of everything that goes within you, right? There is emotion, there is mental, there is spiritual aspect to us. एंड व्हाट हैपेंस इज जब हम बच्चे होते हैं, मॉल में कुछ चाहिए होता है, हम अपने हाथ पैर पटकते हैं, रोते हैं, चीखते चिल्लाते, वी डोंट worry about releasing that emotion from a body perspective. But जब हम बड़े हो जाते हैं, we are taught to contain those emotions, and by containing it again and again and again, I gave you that soda bottle example yesterday, कि अगर सोडा है और कोई शेक करेगा तो धुम करके निकलेगा, right? So it's about that journey from being a soda bottle to a Sheetal Jal kind of a thing. Shell, do you want to talk a little about that aspect?
About our other workshop.
Soma and somatic work and physical.
So actually, it is very deep work. I am also doing another course, which is absolutely on the psyche, the soma, and the pneuma. So there are three aspects that we have. The soma is, of course, the physical body, and but before that, the thing is that the psyche has to come, the understanding and that awareness. First, it has to see everything first starts here, and it's only thereafter that your body starts recognizing. So it is there in your body, but you are able to recognize it only through your mind. We are so attuned to just recognizing things through our mind. हमें एक feeling आ रही है, अरे भाई feeling क्या आ रही है? There are so many guys, oh, I'm just getting this feeling. What is that feeling? That so-called intuition. It is not a feeling as in would be explained physically. It is more to do with your mind. So, that is the thing about, according to me, that is something which has to be really looked into and worked upon in a much more deeper fashion as to if we start recognizing, forget about anything else. Right now, if we just focus about what is it that is coming through my mind and what is it that is coming through my physical body. If you're able to differentiate between the two, and it is a very fine line. It's not going to be easy, and there is no right or wrong. It can be right for one person, it can be absolutely something else for the other person. But the more awareness that we start getting, I think that in itself will help us in realizing our SHAKTI also.
Anji. किसी भी चीज के लिए start listening to your body. Yeah, your body is so intelligent. Inner engineering is all about that, tuning into your inner strength. Sonubhai would like to say something. You want to unmute yourself and share?
Yeah, sure. Am I audible?
You are.
Perfect. I just want to give a caveat to the group. I've been hearing this podcast or this workshop since yesterday. Just for the benefit of the group, I just wanted to share something that we are dealing with a lot of intense energy via this workshop. So, Shakti, you're talking about, we are part of this workshop, SHAKTI Workshop, reclaiming your power. I feel that during this workshop, or possibly after this workshop, or already, few of the people or few of the group members might feel a lot of intense energy. people may come up to you and possibly you will pick up a fight or something, or possibly you will have some kind of an energy transformation. People might come to you and settle a score, or possibly you settle a score with something. So just wanted to give a caveat to all of this, that don't get too worked up with that. This is all normal, because when you're dealing with Shakti, all of this particular thing might happen. So just a caveat to the group.
No, that's beautiful, and that's very important, because I'll share my personal journey in this space where, like Shell was also saying, at a metaphysical level, हम comprehend ही नहीं कर पाते कि चल क्या रहा है हमारे साथ. There is something when your inner self is healing, or it's changing, it's evolving, then in the external manifestation there will be a lot of things. और इसको अगर हम normal बात करें कि आप एक नया path लेना चाह रहे हो, या आप एक direction में move करना चाह रहे हो, तो like we did discuss yesterday, a lot of people out of their concern would say, kya kar rahe ho, kya, what is this? Just stick to the path that's comfortable to you. Just do your thing. Yeah, matlab all of these is mumbo jumbo things, ye wo. And one is an astrological and mythological and spiritual side of all of these things. The other is that the metaphysical world, we don't, yeah, I'll let you speak after this, Shell. We are not able to
No,
comprehend.
it's level 11.
Oh wow, thank you so much. ये मैंने पहला अपना लाइव भी 11/11 पे किया था, तो वही है कि वो ब्लेसिंग्स हैं जिसके जीवन में आनी होंगी, वो आएंगी ही आएंगी किसी ना किसी दरवाजे से. आप कितने रेडी हैं? मैंने कल एक बड़ा सुंदर एग्जाम्पल इसमें समझा कि अगर आप एक बल्ब की शेप में हैं, दिस योर फिजिकल मैनिफेस्टेशन, राइट? आप 100 वाट का बल्ब हैं, यू हैव 100 watts that you can contain in a bulb, and the electric wire that's connecting you to the source energy sends 1000 watts, then what will happen? Boom, it's going to blast, right? So when spiritual teachers say कि अपना vessel बढ़ाओ साधना से, आप सिर्फ रिसीव करने की ability बढ़ा रहे हैं ना, आप अपने बल्ब का साइज या क्या एनर्जी वो कंटेन कर सकता है, वो एनर्जी को एनहांस कर रहे हैं. एंड दैट्स व्हाट द वर्कशॉप इज. एंड थैंक यू सो मच फॉर दिस पर्सपेक्टिव, Sonobhaiya, because he is somebody who's a home dweller. We live in a joint family, we've grown up in a certain way, but there is this natural inclination towards the higher power and astrology, and I use a lot of that knowledge now. The other thing is, just don't question the process. वो जो surrender, जितना स्ट्रॉन्ग एबिलिटी ऑफ सरेंडर होगा, उतना ज्यादा एबिलिटी. जीपीएस जब आपको गाड़ी चलाते हुए बताता है कि किस डायरेक्शन में जाना है, अब लड़ लो फिर उस जीपीएस से, अगर तुम्हें वो रास्ता नहीं समझ में आ रहा. दैट वो तो आपको बहुत सारी वार्निंग सिग्नल्स दे रहा है ना. वो बता रहा है कि कहाँ पे ब्लू है, मतलब कि स्ट्रेट जा सकते हो, कहाँ ऑरेंज है कि लाइट ट्रैफिक मिलेगा, और कहाँ रेड है. जहां रेड है, जो शक्ति का कलर भी है, वहां आपको बहुत खिचपिच से नेविगेट करके निकलना पड़ेगा. And that's what he's trying to explain, that there will be experiences which may overwhelm you, but stick with the process, stay on the path. Great. So could I just get one, update in the group? Although I can see a lot of you. Shell wasn't there yesterday. Kanika wasn't there yesterday. Ashi wasn't there. Aditi wasn't there. But a lot of you were there. Dr. Ruchi was there. Deepika ji was there. And everybody else jiska naam maine nahi liya, all of them were there. But again, revision. Hamare ek bade, very interesting way mein our coaches teach us that bring your, if on camera, without camera, just bring your hand like this, screen के पास. Now do this. ये क्या लग रहा है? ऐसा लग रहा है कि कोई खजाना, कोई सेफ खोल रहे हैं हम. So they teach us one thing: 10, 24, 7. अगर हम 10 मिनट के लिए 7 days लगातार अपनी कोई भी सीखी हुई चीज रिवाइज कर लें, once in 24 hours, 10 minutes in 24 hours for 7 days at a stretch, then it just gets sealed in your head. And this is scientifically proven. From your retention rate, which is around 20% odd, it goes up to 85%. And I teach it at the colleges where I go and teach. 10 minutes every day for 24 hours में एक बार 7 दिन लगातार. अगर आप वो रेपिटेशन कर लेते हैं, तो आपकी जो नॉलेज है वो सील हो जाएगी, पैक हो जाएगी, and then you will have 85+% of retention. And with that thought in mind, I will just start with where we started yesterday. So when like I told all of you, this is not something that I really planned for very long. This book written by Nilima Chitkopekar, who is a professor at Delhi University and Oxford University, I heard at her as a podcast. Then I went to a bookstore randomly. I saw this book. It was signed by her personally. So I just picked it and I invited this energy. And for an year, over a year, this book has been sitting on my altar. I've created like an altar for this book. And randomly on Sunday evening, I was thinking, let me go. मेरा एक networking event था बहुत important. I had to go there and I was getting ready for it. So the way I use this book, like I told yesterday, I flip a page. And for the benefit of the group that's just joined, I just flip any page. And this page has been opening 4 दिन से now. I just flip any page and I see what is the energy that I want to embody now. आज मुझे कैसा बिहेव करना है, आज मुझे अर्दी एनर्जी जैसा रखना है, आज मुझे ferocious एनर्जी जैसा, तो आज का राशिफल टाइप्स. And I don't know where this came in my mind that, let's do a workshop like this. Navratri ka time hai. This is a time when everybody tunes into, it's also called Devi Paksh. So Devi's blessings are way higher in this period. So I did that. And by the time that I came to 9th April, which was yesterday, I realized that 12 months ago, exactly on 9th April, I was at Kamakhya, which is supposed to be one of the most prominent Shakti Pithas. And I just felt this is something that's coming through me and I should not stop, because if you see these pictures, I was just having fun, having coffee. And this was like a sibling sort of a trip. Me and my brother, after I got married in 15 years, had never taken a trip together. And it was like good fun, Bacche nahi, husband kuch nahi, let's just go have fun, enjoy ourselves and stuff like that. But then I realized that there was a greater blessing involved in the process. So where we started yesterday, I will just take this through a little quicker than what we did yesterday. And we will just, look at these things once again. Yesterday, we spoke about starting with Ganesha, because Ganesha is the energy of, good beginnings and Vignaharta and everything. But this is the manifestation of Nritya Ganesha. Nritya Ganesha is a manifestation where you see in one hand, there is Trishul, which comes from Bhole Shankar. There is Kamal that comes from the Devi. There's crescent moon that the father wears on his. There is lotus. There is Kartikeya's peacock energy. So what Ganesha is trying to do in this picture is trying to imbibe all the qualities. And if we look at in our childhood also, some of you are parents here. And if not parents, then you definitely have parents. So in that space, you realize that, every time you try and imbibe those energies and those qualities, कि मम्मी जैसा ऐसा बनना है, पापा जैसा ऐसा बनना है, भाई बहन से ये सीखना है, environment से ये सीखना है, गुरुओं से ये सीखना है. And in trying to do that, there's this beautiful story that I heard from Neelama ma'am only, that, he's toppling and his big belly is coming in between and he's not able to balance everything. Yet it is a picture of rhythm and harmony, from creation to preservation to destruction. And here it's very important for us to know destruction as well. When I say destruction, it just means कि जो पुराना है जब तक उसको छोड़ोगे नहीं, तोड़ोगे नहीं, मरोड़ोगे नहीं, तो नया कैसे बनाओगे? That's the example of the life that I've led 16 years in the corporate world, where I built everything for myself. When I was stepping out, there were so many friends who said that now life is sorted, yeah. Now people are going to work for you. Kya matlab bewakufi hai? Why are you even leaving it at this? Oh, okay. Why are you leaving it here? And I was like, nahi. My heart is desiring for something more, and that's how I stepped out. Then we moved to the concept of masculine and feminine, where we spoke about Ardhanareshwar. Now, if you look at this root, now Shiva, Shankar, Rudra, in whatever shape and form you talk about this Adi Yogi, the fact is that it symbolizes the divine masculine, the strongest masculine who's been, on this in this energy world who's been around, right? But he's equally an Ardhanareshwar, which is an embodiment of the principal feminine. The consort is Parvati. This all started with the concept of Sati at one point of time, who was half ready to be the consort, and they went through a story of turbulence, and uh, then we narrated the whole story of how Vishnu had to, when Sati gave up her life, then Shiva took her body and started doing Tanda, which is dance of destruction, from which and every Nritya form has come out. Now, this is something that I didn't know about 3-4 months ago. I learned it from my daughter, that every form of Indian classical dance comes from some form of the Tandav Nritya, the Natraj roop of Shiva. So these conversations, so like Geeta was saying, कि मैं डांस करना चाहती थी, मैं वो एक्सप्रेस करना चाहती थी, फिर मुझे बताया गया कि when you dance you look a certain way, and then it was misperceived in a certain way, and hence I gave that up, and I stopped releasing those happy, harmonious, emotions from a embodiment perspective. So it is a dynamic interplay of feminine and masculine, and it is a dance of balance and harmony to keep the cosmic order in place. Always remember this. Without ये जो बातें होती है कि एक हर successful आदमी के पीछे एक औरत का हाथ होता है, या to build a power woman, that there is a lot of energy that's needed, or to bring up a child for that matter. We have a lot of young mothers in this group. It takes a village, and what the village used to do, today we expect our husbands or our house helps to do that for you. It's a community effort that builds this life. And then we came to this beautiful manifestation of goddesses. While Navratri is for Nav Durga, and 9 groups of Durga, and very quickly I'll touch upon the birth of Durga, when everything was going in in mayhem, and Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh were not able to contain that, or were not able to sanghar, or fight a few demons. Durga was born with all energies of the 3 masculines and all the kind of gifts that they had. But for me, what appeals to me more as a practitioner, or as a believer in this energy, is the Dash Mahavidya. Because for me, knowledge, wisdom is something that naturally attracts me. And these, in common parlance, are known as tantric goddesses, the Tantra way. We also spoke about the fact that everything is Tantra. Tantra is just a mechanism. It is just a way to unlock a few things. These are more methodologies, right? Mantra, yantra, and tantra. Mantra is how when you speak. Yantra is when you put like a Shri yantra or something in front of you and meditate on that. And tantra is the mechanism of how you do it. Putting a tilak is very tantric practice. Doing a Agni, prayer is tantric. People would not say that to you just to, just so that it's palatable, and it's easier to comprehend in human understanding. So the goddesses that appeal to me really were these, and hence I brought this. And like I'm saying, I'm becoming just a channel to share this energy with you guys. There is very little that I know about any of this, but I'm just sharing what I know, and if this benefits you. Now I'll come to the why of this appeals to me. क्योंकि आप एक एक करके अगर हम पढ़ेंगे ना, these are very practical lessons, very practical lessons for us to take in our life. Kali is a fierce goddess of destruction, but if you see that there is an element of time attached to it, all the time if you're in your Kali mood, कि ये कर दो, वो कर दो, ऐसे ये वो ठा something that I used to do. I used to go to work, and I have one of my subordinates in this room. She would know. मतलब they would make fun कि आज तो कौन सा वाला रूप निकला हुआ है types. And I realized कि there is a time for everything. There's a time to be fierce. This entire journey is about containing your vessel, growing your 100-watt bulb to a 1,000-watt bulb, so that you are able to contain that energy. Tara is the goddess of compassion and divine protection. So when you invoke Tara, then there is a natural protection in your heart. Tara means tarini, tar dene wali, par laga dene wali, So for a very, very long time, I've been listening to the Green Tara mantra of Om Tare Tu Re Soha. So again, an energy, वो सुन के ही ऐसा लगता है कि अभी हो जाएगा, छोड़ दो सब. Compassion, और वो छोड़ दो सब कब होगा? जब आपके अंदर compassion होगा. Tripura Sundari is radiant goddess of beauty and bliss. Every cosmetic ad these days is about translucent skin, radiant skin. What does the word radiant mean? It is not just beauty on the surface, it's beauty within. If you are beautiful here, it is bound to show. And when that beauty comes from within, there is an experience of bliss that you have. Then we come to Bhuvneshwari. Bhuvneshwari comes from the Bhu Devi energy, right? Sovereign goddess of the universe. Like if you see that plant right at the back of the frame in which I'm sitting, one of my coaches, Thaddeus Lawrence, and a lot of you know him here, wo ek choti si, he gives you one very practical tip of how do you bring this life force in your. Why is there a plant generally kept on the work table? We all know that plants also have interaction, plants also feel the energy. He just gives us one clear way of doing this practically. Just keep a plant on your work desk and take care of it. See when it needs sunlight, see when it needs water, see when it is to be kept outside, see when the leaves are falling, see when it's blooming, and you will naturally know what phase in the universe is going on. I had one of the worst winters this time because I'd left my job in September and I was on this path to figure out what next to do. One day I was here in my energy, one day I was here. And December, February weren't like the best period. I now realize as spring is coming in that sun, those blooming flowers, winters were telling you to rest up, hibernate, chill in life. So these are the ways, small ways in which you can do. We also discussed yesterday the concept of going and taking a walk outside in the garden. What is grounding? What does that mean? Ki you interact with the energies of this world. Something else very easy and simple. Abhi to ye, this is not the real plant, but if you stand in front of a plant and you just exhale, the carbon dioxide that you exhale, oxide, is the food for this plant, and what it will exhale, the oxygen, is the fodder for you. इतना छोटी सी बात अगर हम समझ जाएं और गांठ बांध लें कि रोज कुछ नहीं करना है, कोई मेडिटेशन, कोई बैठा मंत्र जाप कुछ, if this is too new for you, water your plants, spend time with your plants, just go out and watch something, and अलग अलग energy होती है. So this is the Bhuvneshwari energy. I'll just touch and go on Chinnamasta because this is a very, very fierce energy. This is again an energy of transformation. For the ones who are interested should write down the name and go and look at some pictures and find out more about the meaning of the picture. But it's about Chin. Yesterday, Sajad was a part of this circle. He explained that it's about removing a part of you. I also heard this really interesting thing in one of the गीता सार्स दैट आई वाज लिसनिंग कि एक होता है कि आपको दर्द हो रहा है और आपने यहाँ मलहम लगा लिया. शॉर्ट टर्म में मलहम विल वर्क, गोइंग आउट टू पार्टी विल वर्क, गोइंग आउट विद फ्रेंड्स एंड गॉसिपिंग विल वर्क, वेंटिंग अबाउट the people that you don't like will work. But in the long term, you have to cut open a part of you, do a surgery and remove the negativity. आप मत रिमूव कीजिए, ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन नहीं होगा, आप एक लूप में फंस जाएंगे. लाइक नाउ आई एम वेरी माइंडफुल ऑफ द पीपल आई मीट. आई एम वेरी माइंडफुल दैट अगर मुझे अगले दिन सेशन लेना है या अटेंड करना है तो मैं एक रात पहले I will make sure that I keep all my vices in check. Nobody will transform overnight. It's a journey. Shakti is also a journey. So it's that. Bhairavi is the terrifying goddess of fierce power. Yesterday, after the session, it went so well that I went and did Linga Bhairavi Darshan at the Isha Foundation consecrated temple in Delhi. Again, the less said more is more about Bhairavi. Just like Bhairav Baba, Bhairav energy, this is the feminine version. Dhumavati, again, very, very interesting representation of the goddess. Every phase of life is beautiful. Even if you are widow, even if you have drooping breasts, even if it's about, the world losing the connection with the world, because that connection was with that one person who left you. It's also a goddess of disillusionment. What it makes you realize is that being a widow is not about being an outcast. I mentioned about the last color, Nina Gupta's movie made by chef Vikas, which is on the women who became outcast, जो उनको अलग रखा जाता है, जो उनको कोई रंग नहीं पहनने दिया जाता, उनको अनपायस माना जाता है, या आपके कर्मों का रिजल्ट माना जाता है. Imagine in our mythology, in our scriptures, there is place even for that as a goddess form. Then who are we lesser beings to even think of all of these things? Then there's Baglamukhi. Baglamukhi, in practical terms, people generally go and pray to her when they want, when they want to win court cases. It's attached to that energy because it paralyzes speech and paralyzing goddess of speech and silence. So if it silences a part, then the other part rises. That's all that I know about it. I'd love to understand more and read more about this one, and you are invited to do so as well. Again, Matangi, outcast, goddess of wisdom and knowledge. So I in my mind correlate this also to Neel Saraswati. Neel Saraswati is the goddess of she is a Saraswati, wisdom and knowledge goddess who resides in Shamshan. So what that does, the way I correlate it, is that tantrics, aghoris, who, are perceived a certain way, were very good for an agricultural land like ours. They are the ones who cut open and learnt about the anatomy of the human body for the first time. That's what became the root of the healing journey of human beings. Imagine if they weren't there, nobody touched that, how would that knowledge even come to us? So सबके लिए जगह है. And last but not the least, Kamla is the Lord, goddess of abundance and prosperity. Like I'm telling you, I didn't know any of this when I was designing the logo of my venture called Authenticity, which is about oath of authentic living. A part of me still is very skeptical. A part of me is still very judgmental to a certain extent, unconsciously. A part of me is still very fearful in putting this knowledge out, because it can be critiqued in a lot of ways. But I also know that there is no other way but mud to lotus. जब उस कीचड़ में जाकर हम न्यूट्रिशन ढूंढेंगे अपने लिए, तभी हम कहीं पहुंच पाएंगे. जब आपकी लीफ पे कुछ भी गिरेगा, पानी भी बूंद भी गिरेगी और वो मोती की तरह चमकेगी, that is when you are blooming in your full potential. So these are the Dash avatars that we discussed yesterday as well, in relatively less detail, but today in a far greater detail. And if you're able to imbibe all these energies in your life as beautifully in as practical way as possible, then there is no other way for you but to be blissful, to be beautiful like all phases of moon, to be beautiful like a peacock, to be dancing like a Nataraj, and it's about a cosmic dance of feminine and masculine energy. Now that we're done with the recap, I would just like you to type a D in the chat box saying done, or just give me like thumbs up if I can see a few of you here, so that I know that we are now set. अब समझ आ गया कि क्या चल रहा है. कनिका समझ आ रहा है? I can see you, but I can. Great, awesome. I can see a few of you, and if you could type a D in the chat box so that we know that we can move ahead. Awesome. So now we come to day 2. Now day 2 is going to be far more practical because abhi humne context set kar liya. But when I had conceived this workshop, I had promised you that I'm going to help you choose yourself. I'm going to help you create boundaries that are healthy. I'm also going to help you get over your guilt and anger of, what you feel. But to do that, while you understand the spiritual journey that I've been sharing about, you must also know where I am coming from and why this is super important to me. Now, this is not about boasting where I come from, but I have a few things that are very, interesting that I've done in my life. So I have worked in the corporate world for 16 years. I have worked with, because public relations, the glitz and glamour. So this picture is about 12 years old. The other one is about 15 years old. And I was so young at that point of time, early 20s, mid 20s. I worked with Dhoni. I worked with Kareena Kapoor. Dhoni, I've worked for the Bravia Sony brand. Same with Kareena. I've worked with her Sony Vaio. If you remember, one room to the other, she goes carrying her Vaio, very jing bang energy and very nice. Then you see a testimonial that one of my students gave me for the work that I do with Masters Union, which the claim to fame is that they are building the Harvard of India, and I teach there. A few podcasts that I have done, and on the extreme right are some of the laurels that I got for the kind of work that I did in my public relations journey, India Today College, and some awards and some panels and stuff like that. So, how many of you feel that from a definition of success, this looks successful? Do you think this is successful? Do you think this is interesting? Kanika is just sitting here and like, हाँ ये सब हमने भी करा है, क्या बता रही है तू? Yeah, so while I was successful by the definition of economic success and everything, and while I was doing all of this, I have a daughter, I have a family, I live in a joint family, and I was managing all of those relationships as well and doing a decent job at it. But was I happy? So ये जो journey है ना, कि you think that you will be happy when you achieve the next shiny goal of your life. This can be very, very delusional in a way, right? You may feel you are successful on the outside, and people may feel that what is there for you to feel sad about? यार मतलब तेरे पास क्या नहीं है? घर है, बच्चा है, फैमिली सपोर्ट है, और इतना बढ़िया करियर है, इतना अच्छा कमा रहे हो, तो तुमको क्यों लाइफ में कोई भी हॉलोनेस हो सकती है? बट हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू वुड से कि इन सब एक्सटर्नल फैक्टर्स का दिल की खुशी से कोरिलेशन जरूरी नहीं है कि हर समय हो? मैं ये नहीं कह रही कि ये चीजों से खुशी नहीं मिलती। ऑफ कोर्स बहुत सारी चीजें सॉल्व हो जाती हैं, पर जो दिल की खुशी होती है ना, बहुत सारी बार वो नहीं मिल रही होती है आपको। एंड दैट वाज माय जंक्चर अबाउट 7 months ago when I left my job to explore my path. मुझे नहीं पता था आगे क्या है, पर जब तक मैं वो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन की एनर्जी में वो छिन्नमस्ता की तरह पुराना पार्ट नहीं छोड़ूंगी, तो मुझे नया अपना एक रूट कैसे मिलता is something that I didn't have really any idea about, really. So that's the journey that I took. 7 months down the line, while spiritually I've told you where I am, but I also want you to know that my teaching assignments have grown many folds. I have started writing a book called From Awkward to Awesome. This book is based on a child's journey who becomes very awkward when puberty hits. My daughter is 11, and as a mother, I was struggling कि ये बातें इससे मैं कैसे करूं कि ये बिना shame attach करे, बिना हो का एलिमेंट अटैच करे मैं बोल रही हूँ कि आई एम अ कम्युनिकेटर एंड आई डोंट हैव वोकैबुलरी टू हैव दिस कॉन्वर्सेशन. दैट्स व्हेन आई स्टार्टेड सर्चिंग कि यार पेरेंटिंग वर्कशॉप्स तो बहुत होती हैं, प्यूबर्टी पेरेंटिंग के ऊपर कुछ है? एंड आई डिडंट सी अ सिंगल इंडियन रेफरेंस. Whereas there is enough puja part, this is celebrated as a time of flourishing, this thing, but there is no content on this. That's when I started reading a lot of international content and started customizing it for the Indian audiences. And this is a handbook for parents, not for children. आपको बच्चे फिक्स करने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी अगर आप एज अ पेरेंट फिक्स हो जाते हो कि कैसे उसको प्यार से आपको डील करना है. So that's one thing that I've written it halfway through. There is a podcast that's on Spotify and Amazon that takes you through that journey of parenting. And then I also conceived and launched my venture called Authenticity, Oath of Authentic Living. मेरे दिल में आइडिया आया कि मुझे शक्ति के ऊपर वर्कशॉप करनी है, तो मैं नहीं सोचूंगी कि दुनिया कैसे उसको लेगी, कि यार ये तो बाबा जी टाइप कुछ बन गई है, इसका तो पता नहीं, समझ नहीं आ रहा। हाँ, नौकरी छोड़ के ये सब करना तो बहुत आसान है, तुम क्या जानो हम नौकरी वालों के, हाउ स्टक एम आई, और आई एम अ यंग मदर, आई हैव 10,010 other things to do, or I kudos to there's one participant who's here who's 70 plus. If she's in this room to learn at 77 decades of her life in, then saying कि ये मैं तब करूंगा या ये मैं तब करूंगी जब मैं थोड़ा सेटल हो जाऊंगी लाइफ में या हो जाऊंगा, कोई टाइम नहीं होता है सेटल होने का। एंड वन आफ्टर द अदर चीजें होती गई मेरे लिए। बट द पॉइंट इज दैट यू हैव टू क्रिएट योर ओन मैजिक। आई विल गिव यू एन एग्जाम्पल हियर कि कैसे क्रिएट करेंगे अब मैजिक के। गरिमा जी, ये बातें बहुत सही लग रही हैं आपकी, अभी जब हम 1-1.5 घंटा सुनेंगे तो बड़ा मजा आ जाएगा, लेकिन जब जैसे ये वर्कशॉप खत्म होगी तो वैसे ही we fall off this energy. I know this because for 7 months that's what's been happening. 2 कदम आगे 4 कदम पीछे, 4 कदम आगे 40 कदम पीछे, and then I give in to my heart's desires of doing so many things. How many of you feel that you'd want some practical tips on how do I take baby steps towards creating my own magic? Just give me a thumbs up. Reaction से thumbs up दे दीजिए, या फिर yes लिख दो चैट बॉक्स में। कुछ थोड़ा सा मेरे को एनर्जी एक्सचेंज चाहिए टू कीप गोइंग ऑन। Awesome. Thank you so much. I can see the chat box buzzing. Lovely. Thank you guys. इस साइड पे खोल लेती हूँ, जरा दिख जाएगा मुझे। Awesome. Neetu saying yes. Visa Lakshmi saying yes. Geeta is sending me love. Diya, Deepti, awesome. बढ़िया बढ़िया, very nice. Awesome, awesome. Thank you. ये है मेरा जार, ठीक है, खाली है ये। 90% ऑफ द टाइम्स इसमें कुछ ना कुछ कूड़ा करकट ऑलरेडी लाइफ का चल रहा होगा, कुछ ना कुछ चल रहा होगा। अब आपको इस जार को पावरफुल बनाना है। आपने एक हैबिट डाली, आपने दूसरी हैबिट डाली, आपने तीसरी हैबिट डाली, आपने चौथी हैबिट डाली, और धीरे 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 ये जार आपका भरता गया। तो ये मैं आई कॉल इट द मैजिकल जार। एंड हाउ डू आई फिल माई मैजिकल जार? आप ये पिक्चर्स देखोगे, देर इज अ मॉर्निंग पिक्चर एंड देर इज एन इवनिंग पिक्चर। जब तक आपके अंदर मैजिक नहीं है, पावर नहीं है, चॉइसेस नहीं है, ये कहीं नहीं जाएगा। पहले खुद को सींचो, ब्लूम योर सेल्फ, एंड देन लुक एट गिविंग दैट मैजिक आउटवर्डली। I nurtured myself for all this while to finally be able to come here and share it with you. How are you going to do that? Now, here is where I want you to now please pick up your pen and paper. मैंने कल भी बोला था that let's come with pen and paper because this is a workshop. I'm going to make you work. I'm also known to be somebody who really, gets a... Oh, Deepika is also saying hi. Hi, Dr. Deepika. She's again one of our friends from school times. So this morning routine, so this is something, अच्छा अब क्या हुआ लाइफ में कि ये सब करना तो है, जार भरना है, and this and that, and people who know me from a long time know that I've always struggled with my physical health. Not that ऐसे कोई बीमारियां नहीं है, but I always wanted to lose weight and I never got around to really doing that. That's because we are only told one definition of how you should do things in life. For me, with the feminine energy piece, it's about choice, it's about creativity, it's about innovation. जो दिल को सूट करता है, वो 2-3 चीजें इसमें से अगर हम ले लें, तो our job is done. That's our beginning point. Now, SAVERS is an acronym which was designed, made popular by Hal Elrod. अब पूरी किताब पढ़ने के लिए नहीं बोल रही हूँ मैं, बस आपको नटशेल में बता दूंगी कि हम क्या ले सकते हैं इससे। It's the miracle morning routine. You wake up in the morning, you just have to do all 6 of this, best, ideal, or some of this. For example, start with silence, even if that means just 2 minutes of silence. I'm not asking you to sit and meditate in those 2 hours. The exercises that I'm telling you about, bedside पे एक plant रख लो, सुबह उठकर उसके साथ 2 मिनट बस उसको देख लो और breathe in, breathe out कर लो. That's your silence. किताब पसंद है, कुछ भी, मतलब किताब का एक अलग स्पेस है यहाँ पे। natural light before sunlight, circadian rhythm. There is enough science के निकल के पहले सूरज की rays लेनी चाहिए. There would be some open space in your house instead of like waking up and going in for your phone as the first thing. Just look at 2 minutes of silence. 2 minutes, that's it. और अगर वो 2 मिनट भी ज्यादा लग रहा है ना कि मैं अब इसमें मैकेनिकल नहीं हो जाना कि टाइमर लगा के 2 मिनट साइलेंस. ओके, तुम्हारे लिए चलता है, तुम वो भी कर सकते हो, लेकिन साइलेंस. Affirmations. More as a communications professional, I know this for a fact. More as a parent, I know this for a fact. More damage is done when you speak negatively to yourself. There was an experiment that was done. There were 2 jars of water. This was given a lot of blessings. This was given a lot of curses, right? And then they were frozen. The kind of particles that got designed in the negative one versus the positive one. The negative one already had some cracks or something, and the positive one had some really nice, crystals that were formed. ये नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव बोलने का जो फंडा है, ये जितना भी आप मैं प्रूव करूं उतना कम है. मेरे पास बहुत एग्जांपल्स हैं टू टॉक अबाउट इट, बट आई आल्सो वांट अस टू डू सम प्रैक्टिकल वर्क हियर. सो मेरे पास फिलहाल लाइफ में, इफ आई एम टू शो यू, घर के हर कोने में छोटे छोटे अफर्मेशंस लिखकर मैंने लगा रखे हैं. मेरे लिए मेरे बाथरूम के नोट्स पे स्टिकी नोट है. अच्छा चलो सब छोड़ देते हैं, मैं आपके साथ बैठ के क्लास ले रही हूँ. मेरे पास 2 वो हैं. दिस सेज नेवर फॉरगेट हाउ वाइल्डली केपेबल यू आर. नहीं बोल सकती यार मैं अफर्मेशन, क्या आज मेरा मूड खराब है, नहीं आ रही है अंदर से फीलिंग के बहुत अच्छा बोलूं, बट एटलीस्ट ये तो बोल सकती हूँ कि नेवर फॉरगेट हाउ वाइल्डली केपेबल यू आर. आई एम केपेबल. माई 100% टुडे माइट जस्ट बी दिस मच. तो मैं इतना ही कर सकती हूँ. मेरा 100% कल इतना होगा तो मैं उतना कर सकती हूँ. That visualize. Now this has again अलग अलग टाइप के लोग होते हैं. अगर आपके लिए विजुअलाइजेशन इजी है तो आंख बंद करके कोई अच्छा सा म्यूजिक लगा के आंख बंद करके आप सोच सकते हैं, राइट? अब लोग बोलते हैं 5 साल बाद. सो आई टीच इंटरव्यू रेडीनेस एट MBA कॉलेजेस एंड नॉर्मल क्वेश्चन कि हाउ डू यू सी योरसेल्फ, वेयर डू यू सी योरसेल्फ 5 years फ्रॉम नाउ. अरे नहीं पता भाई, अभी मैं तुमको बहुत झूठा ही आंसर देने वाला हूँ क्योंकि मुझे नहीं पता वेयर आई विल बी 5 years फ्रॉम नाउ. But do you know what your day will look like? Can you all just close your eyes and at least imagine what your day will look like? At least imagine कि अच्छा किचन में जाएंगे, ऐसे काम करेंगे, फिर हाउस हेल्प आ जाएगी, उसको ये बताएंगे, फिर हस्बैंड के साथ ऐसे, बच्चे के साथ ऐसे, या ऑफिस में ऐसे करेंगे. एटलीस्ट पॉजिटिवली सोच आज के दिन के लिए तो सकते हैं. और अगर बहुत डिफिकल्ट डे है तो ऑल द मोर कि अचानक से कुछ मिरेकल हो जाएगा और कोई 1-2 काम मेरी प्लेट से हट जाएंगे, पता नहीं होगा. इट्स दैट मच. Exercise, lesser said, more, has been something that's been difficult for me also, but there are hacks in exercising, and I'm speaking more from a feminine energy perspective here. तो मेरे लिए ये जिम विम जाना और तगड़ा exercise करना है something that doesn't appeal to me. There are a lot of tapping exercises that you can do. If you do this much, wake up, wake up, wake up. If you do this much, this is all somatic work. इतना कर लो 2 मिनट के लिए. You will see, just do this. If you guys are sitting and you can see me, just do this much. Wake up your body. Do this. Take these 2 fingers, just tap them here. Very lightly tap them here. I promise you, I guarantee you, scientifically, you will get into a yawning. Because ये मुझे पूरा science नहीं पता, but these are this is your relaxation thing. There is EFT tapping also. There is a lot of science here, so you can go and read more about it. Reading. Now, a lot of us are not readers. A few of us are really readers. As much as of a reader I may be, मुझे सुबह सुबह ऐसे बैठ के पढ़ना, my mind is really all over the place. It's difficult. My alternative to reading is plugging in the earphones, because मेरा माइंड का चैटर भी कंट्रोल हो जाता है उससे. कोई एक अच्छा मॉर्निंग का अपने पॉडकास्ट सुन लिया, कोई वीडियो सुन ली, कोई अफर्मेशन सुन लिया. एंड इफ यू गाइज आस्क मी, देन इन द ग्रुप दैट वी क्रिएटेड, द व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप, we will, or I will also give you some of the videos that you can play in the morning, or video nahi jana hai, audio. So Mel Robbins speaks. These are things that I follow. So let me send you a few playlists there. Last but not the least, I can't belabor this anymore, that writing, the power of writing. और अब जो आप हाथ से लिख देते हो ना, जब बचपन में हम बच्चे होते थे, जब हम वहां जाते थे, एग्जाम देने जाते थे, तो मम्मी पापा एक बात बोलते थे कि बेटा एक बार ना लिख कर निकाल लो हाथ से। एक बार तुम लिख कर निकाल लोगे ना हाथ से, तो तुम्हारे दिमाग में वो चीज सेट हो जाएगी। द मोर यू राइट, the more you are engaged, with that whole energy kinesthetically. It's kinesthetic, visual, both together when you are doing this. Scribing can be of any form, journaling, goal setting, dreaming. वो तुम देख लो कि क्या लिखना है आज का। Planning, a lot of us are from the corporate world, so planning your day. I am somebody who is like massively a big fan of task lists. I still make my task list, but अब मेरे task list के अंदर physical, mental, emotional, spiritual चारों चीजें होती हैं। पहले मेरी task list सिर्फ corporate task list हुआ करती थी, right? So this is the morning routine. It's called Savers. I would like you to write it in your diary. S for, can you just type it for me in the chat box? S for silence. A for affirmations, positively talking to yourself. V for visualizing. E for exercising. R for reading. S for scribing. Now, I'm not asking you कि आज ही सब कर लो, but I'm going to now give you a little music and I'll let you journal for about 5 minutes. We are sitting at 11:51. What are the top learnings that you've gathered from the session so far? And if you are to imbibe the Savers routine in your life, then what is it? Thank you so much, Swati. Savers. So write and think about it. It's not a break. Guys, I can't see a lot of you on camera. If you come on camera, that'll be very motivating for me. But I will give you a little bit of writing music now. And I'd send you in your own space to scribble for about 5 minutes on what you've learned so far and what kind of Savers morning and evening routine can you bring in your own life. And then we'll share that a little. So I'll leave you to you and you can get your pen and paper. No worries, Shell. I'm sure you already have your thoughts, but I'd love to hear from you when we share. So let me give you some nice writing music, or let's
Sorry to interrupt, Garima. Can you tell me like what exactly do we have to do with this assignment?
I'll just tell you.
Okay.
Can you hear the music? No.
Now, yes.
We have to write about 2 things. We have to write about our learning from the workshop so far, what stuck with you, and from a saver's perspective, what is it that you can add to your morning routine or evening routine? Right? Let's take 5 to 7 minutes to do that. I'll leave you with the music. another minute. So let's start finishing up. All right, guys. I hope you're done. Could you give me a D in the chat box for done, or just write yes or done or thumbs up on your screens if you're done with it? Awesome. Thank you, Geeta. Thanks, Dia. I know this can take a long time. Thanks, Ashi. Thanks, Kanika. Lovely. Great. So guys, now what we'll do, just like yesterday, what we did, let's now go to the breakout rooms and discuss what we've written. So the two things that you have to discuss is what you've learned so far in the workshop and what are the routines that you can take with yourself from a morning or evening perspective. I would urge you to make sure that, there'll be about 3 to 4 people in one group. You will have 5 minutes to do the sharing, and at about 30 seconds, 60 seconds, it'll give you a timer. So make it as productive, be interactive, switch on your cameras, because your co-participant will be able to feel more comfortable if they look at you and share with you. That'll mean a lot. Thank you, Deepika ma'am, for being on camera. Thanks, Kanika. Thanks, Geeta. I'm sure the others will also come on camera when they are in the rooms. I'm opening the room. You're going to see, thanks, Shell. You're going to see an icon on your screen, and you can go in the breakout room and start your discussion there. Great. So you can now see and start moving to your breakout rooms. Dia, are you working? Are you in the office? Will you be able to join a breakout room for discussion? Same for Deepika, because I know you may be busy with your practice. Dr. Ruchi? I don't know who's joined from iPhone, but you've not joined a breakout room. The three of you, could you let me know if you are not able to join, or if you'll not be able to go to a room because you've been assigned to a room and the participants are waiting for you?
Muchas mujeres piensan que perder grasa abdominal.
Ruchi, are you able to join a room? And iPhone, I don't know your name. Hello, Deepika ji. Could you join a room? You've come back,
Hello.
you've logged in.
I did join, but actually I was busy. I got a patient, so exactly I was not able to understand what I'm doing there. But I joined back. I have another 15-20 minutes with me. So
Cool, awesome. We'll try and fill you up and,
I
bring
did
you
see
up to
that
speed.
I did see that savers thing. I did notice that, and then something you were telling, and the yawn. उसके बाद मैं miss कर दिया. So there was a
फिर तो
link.
सो
I
गई
just
क्या
joined.
yawn करके?
नहीं काम कर रही थी yawn करके.
No worries.
Talking
Now we have the group coming back, so there'll be more interaction. You'll get a sense of what it is. People are just coming back from the
right.
Cool. Thank you for joining. Means a lot. Stay on camera, na. We'll want to see your beautiful face. You can keep working. Keep working. That's okay. All right. Ashish, come on camera. I want to see your face. People are in the breakout room right now. They are discussing. They'll all start coming back shortly. Where are you going? You don't have to tell me. It's okay. You don't have to. But stay on camera. I can't hear you. You're on mute.
अरे मैं दीपक के साथ हूँ मैं
अच्छा
बस
ठीक है.
अभी
You don't have to tell me. It's okay. That's my husband. He gets into
I
explanation
know the
mode.
one who's driving the car. I know.
Yeah.
I've seen him on Facebook. He tries
That's
to get
Deepika. She used to be with us in
uh,
school.
ओके ग्रेट
Me, Aparna, Swati, the same
हाँ
school. I don't know what
मैं
happened to people. Abhi 60 seconds, my last 1 minute mein breakout room will get done and they'll come back and then we'll discuss. You can go back on mute. You want to
चलो
say something?
नहीं नहीं मैं
Stay there.
ओके डन
Nice. Obedient husband. मैंने कहा join. Okay, somebody just left. All right. Welcome back. 22 seconds. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Lovely. How was it? How was the experience?
Great.
Great, Kanika. So Kanika is back and she's saying it was great. We'll start with that. Do you want to share more, Kanika? Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah, so I was actually talking to Shell that what I've really learned from this session is that you really have to prioritize yourself and keep yourself at the center of other things that we do in life, because I think eventually when we graduate, when we have so many responsibilities, we tend to forget our own self, and we tend to I think the deviation comes automatically. It's something that we don't want, but I think that just comes in, and we start taking ourselves way too seriously. So I think that is something which I have experienced myself, and I think I am in this phase wherein I'm experiencing this personally, wherein I have become I don't know, but I have changed. I have seen myself changing and evolving, which I think I shouldn't have become like this, because I feel I have really started taking myself too way seriously, something I was not this was not a trait of my own personality. So I think so this session has given me this really, I feel that I should do something very seriously about, and and
Yeah.
and I think, yeah, so the way you have mentioned, I think earlier also, that it's the best thing to journal your own day and everything. So I think something which is very important is to vent out, which due course of time we can't vent out, because we always end up thinking कि ये क्या सोचेगा, वो क्या सोचेगा, मेरे बारे में क्या सोचेगा, मेरी फैमिली के बारे में क्या सोचेगा, और किसी भी चीज के बारे में क्या सोचेगा. So we don't really vent out, we don't really tend to speak up. I think it's important to speak, irrespective of who you are speaking with, or it's important to at least note it down somewhere. I know, obviously you can't talk everything your heart out to everybody, but yes, I think that could be one way wherein you are just trying to, bring your own self out and, talk to your own self. So I think, yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, matlab, more than we in our corporate parlance start calling it venting, but if you make human beings are a product of connections, you need a channel to start releasing your thoughts and your energy, right? You want to have conversations in a safe space. Like you said, people tend to judge you for the place you are in your life. And you know specifically in a corporate environment where it's all about protecting yourself from a lot of things, or for that matter even in a joint family setup or a family setup where you don't want your vulnerability to come out in the open, you tend to start covering it up with a lot of things, and scribing or journaling is one way of putting it on paper, right? Anyone else would like to share what they thought they experienced? Great. Yes, Shell, please go ahead.
There's one thing, there was something which Kanika said, and so her thing was, I think Kanika correct me if I'm wrong.
Sure.
Her thing was that in case what she is worried about is that she should not leave her family behind in this whole journey of coming into her past. So she's kind of worried about that. So how I see it is, when we talk about coming into our past, especially women, we've been fed this whole thing of feminism as a Western world sees it. So just telling her, we are sitting in a class of which is discussing Shakti, the Durga, and we just spoken briefly about her different forms. When she came in, when she has been in her power, and she has been in her power as a daughter, as a sister, as a mother, as a wife, as a protector, as a warrior, she's done it without leaving her family behind.
True.
the immediate family which has been portrayed in all the stories we have read, as also the entire nature, for that matter. Everything that is the entire Brahmand is also her family.
True.
So how has she balanced it? That is something, and that is where we need to imbibe that thing from the Durga. When we are talking about the Devi Shakti and trying to imbibe the feminine, what is the feminine? The first thing is you have to honor yourself. The biggest problem with women is we are constantly beating ourselves up. ये क्या कहेंगे अगर मैंने इस तरह से कुछ किया तो my husband will feel this, my in-laws will say this, my kids will say this. Where are you in the picture? That does not necessarily mean that you have to ignore the others. You are with everybody and yet you are honoring yourself. The thing of honoring my feelings, honoring my needs is something which has to be married with the other people's needs, wants, things. If you feel you are wrong in a particular thing, or I won't even use the word wrong, if you think you can improve on something, then it is fine if somebody else is saying something. But if you feel there is nothing for improvement and it is for the other person to improve, either you try and explain to them, not telling them that they are wrong, but explaining to them where the difference of opinion or thoughts is coming in. And if they're yet not willing to listen, leave it at that. You're not here to prove the point to anybody. But you honor yourself when you know that I am in the right while listening to the other person's perspective also. So according to me, when we honor ourselves, again I'm repeating that word honor because it is so powerful and it is something which women have been ignoring vis-a-vis their own self. Forget about the world not honoring them or people outside of you not honoring. Are you honoring yourself? हम जब खुद नहीं करते हैं तो हम कैसे दूसरों से उम्मीद करेंगे कि they will come and honor me. मैं अगर कुछ कह रही हूँ मुझे ये करना है, किसी ने फैमिली में आके बोला नहीं तुम ये नहीं कर सकते हो, ये गलत है. अच्छा ठीक है मैं मान जाऊंगी ये गलत है. Are you honoring your own self? You are not. If you are not, they are never going to. Nobody outside of you is going to honor you until and unless you stand up for yourself. Standing up does not mean you have to take a sword and turn into a chandi. Get it? Do it with compassion.
Yeah.
The Devi is all about compassion first. Even when she was slaying demons, she was doing it with compassion first.
Right.
So honor yourself. That's my
Thank
take
you
on this.
so much. Thank
Yeah,
you so
thank you
much
so
for that
much.
sharing. Because हम सबके, we are such nurturers के पानी तो सबके पास है. पर हम इसके पौधे में डाल दें, उसकी प्लेट में डाल दें, इसके ग्लास में डाल दें. You forget to quench your own thirst. Unless you are blooming, fulfilled, happy, how are you going to nurture others is the question. Anybody else who would like to share something from what they discussed in their rooms? I don't want to put anybody on spot by taking names, but I know a few ladies who are already in this journey. Neetu, are you with us? Can I speak to you for a minute? She is my graphology coach, along with being a very good friend. Lekha, Neetu, Dia, I can see Dia unmuted. I didn't want to take your name because I was in office mein now.
Oh, I'm in office, but I'm sitting in my own space. So
तो शक्ल भी दिखा देना फिर, इतनी खूबसूरत लड़की है.
abhi,
ये
hello.
Yes,
Hello.
Diya ji.
Yeah, so I spoke with Neetu only actually. So
Acha.
what I've learned from the session today is basically that, I feel that I'm not stuck or settled. I can start my spiritual journey along with my current corporate job because for a very long time I was thinking that if I'm doing a job, I have to focus on this, and I go to home, I have to focus on my family. I didn't know that, I can take small steps to take care of my well-being also. And as a new mom, it's immensely important to water my plants or fill my own jar, because in order to be like the best version of myself with my baby, I have to take care of myself. Um, Also, pre-COVID, I was very focused on the outer well-being. So, I used to work out a lot, do
Like a beast.
yeah, so go into keto and dieting, etc. But now I've come to realize that though all that was a very temporary solution, though it is important to exercise and take care, but inner well-being is very important. And that's why, I'm going to start. I don't think I'll be able to pick all the elements, but I'm going to start maybe uh, doing a little meditation in the morning and a little movement in my daily routine. Like right now, I just rush to start the day, the work, etc. But I'm going to take that 5-10 minutes in the morning, and I'm going to start a little slow and then get into my daily routine. So that's what
Awesome.
I've
You want
picked.
to give us a little background on who you are, where you're coming from, talk about your makeup pursuit as well, because you're such a creative person and I've seen you as closely as it gets. I'm sure the
Yeah.
group would love to know more about you.
Yeah, so I'm a PR professional, and Garima has like been my mentor in terms of professional and personal as well. I look up to her in a lot of ways. So yeah, I've been in the industry for almost 7 years now. But apart from this, I have immense love for beauty and makeup. So I wanted to start, and I'm still positive that someday I'll be able to pick that hobby as my full-time career. But yeah, right now I'm just taking it a little slow, and I've become a new mom. Like my son is now going to become a toddler, so it's crazy. So that's why my emotional well-being is very important right now, because I have to maintain my sanity and also balance the job work. So yeah, I'm learning. But yeah, so that's a little
More power
background.
to you. Setting the one thing that I've understood, Dia, in this work, and if I may share, is have the intention, set the intention. You would have always heard me say, जब मैं अपने वो काली रूप में crazy
माँ का प्रकोप, yes.
oh yeah, when I would like take them into a room and aaj inki band bajegi, it's like maa ka prakop, now let's get ready. So they were like my little ducklings. They would all come with me. That was my corporate journey. And I would always say क्या 40 साल से पहले ये सब छोड़ देना है मुझे. Like you would always, and teaching was my first love. And now there's so much love that comes my way कि यार आप बोलते थे और आपने कर लिया, तो एक ऐसे bleak सी hope होती है कि शायद हम भी कर लेंगे types. Or trust me, not every day is as happy. This is something that gives me energy. My desk, I'm going to go to IIMC to teach today in the evening. तो मैं थकती नहीं हूँ ये करने से, क्योंकि ये करने में मजा आता है. And now I can see Swati. Swati, देखा तू मेरी best friend है. I'm going to put you on spot now because she is also her child went to school yesterday for the first time. She's a CA by qualification, a great creative person, but I've seen her give it all during this last 3 years with her daughter. I'm sure she would have some stuff to share with Dia.
Yes, would love some tips, please.
ज्यादा टिप्स चलो स्वाति को बोले. स्वाति क्या बात है भाई, अनम्यूट तो कर लो. Great, we'll give her space. We'll hold space for our lady.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Hi, Garima. So today's session for me is all about taking in. I have nothing to give today as such because it has been a tiring day sending my daughter to school in the bus for the first time, and then I went to do yoga. Mm, that also for the first time in last
That is
4
a
years.
win, Swati. That's already a win. You have that to share. See, Dia is sending you a heart. For the first time, letting you, when your child goes, there's so much. We talk about anger, guilt, everything.
So I
I'm
was
sure.
so anxious. So I just went in the gym inside, and there was a yoga class starting. So I just sat there. I did a little bit yoga and little bit of pranayam, but yes, and I paid also today so that I can continue it for long.
Yeah, but do you want to talk about your motherhood journey, on how the experience has been so far and how
It's been
about
great. I'm
prioritizing?
enjoying myself a lot. I'm enjoying every bit of it. So that is also why uh, uh, mm, that I didn't want to join any other thing other than taking care of Saira. Uh, that's it. So I'm enjoying every bit of it.
Yeah, but is it difficult?
Difficult in the sense that you're leaving yourself behind and giving everything to her, all your time and everything. That's the thing I keep thinking about. But then today is the day that I've thought of myself, and I will start something soon.
Awesome. That's beautiful. The fact that, but how old is Saira for the group?
3.5.
So for 3.5 years, you've put her first in everything, like in life, right?
Yes, yes,
Does that feel
always.
draining at times?
No, to be true, no, not
What does it
really.
feel like?
I'm in a very happy space with her.
Yeah, मैं अभी फिर तेरे को तंग नहीं करती if you're in a happy space. But what I'm great. That's amazing. Yeah, really awesome. Thank you so much for starting your own fitness journey and getting in touch with your own self. Um, I was just a 4-month-old mother when I started working, when at my time, and I was not as gracious a giver as Swati or as Diya. मतलब मुझे तो अभी भी लगता है 6 months maternity leave, because leaving your child early is, for me, my perspective is, it's still easier till the child is not talking, is not reacting to the fact that you're not there. By the time my daughter could make sense of it, she knew that for 12 hours a day, I will not be home. And as good or bad as that going to office was, the fact is that automatically I could balance myself and her. Also because I had family support and I had my mother-in-law and my house help taking care of her. But what I'm saying is that at times, your dearest, your extension of your own life can also become your energy guzzler. There are times when boundaries need to be so strong that you realize कि यार, I love my husband, I love my child, I love everybody that's there, but I need my own time as well, and I need prioritization of this entire body that God's gifted to me. क्योंकि अगर आप अपना ध्यान नहीं रखोगे तो it's going to be very difficult. Is there anybody else who'd like to share? Otherwise, we'll just get to the last part of what I want to do. We have another 30 minutes to go. And then, of course, I want to read something from this book before we go, because we'll see that as the blessings of the Devi.
So I just want to add this thing that I want to learn this from you. The last thing you have said, na, that you want to start your own thing and all this. So I want to learn this energy of yours. I want. That is why I'm taking this class.
Thank you so much, Swati. That's beautiful. And that's something that I'm going to now share. One way of being in this energy is doing what you love doing and savers. मैं एक छोटी सी चीज है कि आप 5 मिनट के लिए भी कुछ ऐसा कर लो ना जो आपको बहुत पसंद है. जैसे अगर आपने बोला है कि आप ऑनरिंग योर वर्ड, लाइक शैल ऑल्सो सेड, दिस एंटायर जर्नी इज अबाउट ऑनरिंग योर ओन सेल्फ. अगर आपने अपने आप से प्रॉमिस किया है कि मैं आज योगा जाऊंगी, तो और आप 60 मिनट की पूरी क्लास नहीं कर सकते, बट 6 मिनट भी बैठ सकते हो वहां जाकर, तो आपकी बॉडी को पता लगा कि हाँ, ये बंदा कुछ बोलता है तो ये वो बात अपने लिए करता है. आपने बोला कि मैं ये पॉडकास्ट रिकॉर्ड करूंगी, मैंने अभी भी अपने पॉडकास्ट के ऑकवर्ड टू ऑसम 7 ही एपिसोड अपलोड कर रखे. वो लास्ट के जो 3 थे ना, आई एम नॉट in every sphere of life, I'm not the strongest finisher. I start something with a lot of enthusiasm, but I end up not meeting the goals because my challenge is too many things I want to do in one life. But what I've realized is your rituals protect you from you. अगर आप ये सेवर से या किसी भी और तरीके से अपना कोई रूटीन बना लेते हैं छोटा सा, तो उससे आपकी खुद की एनर्जी इज गोइंग टू बी हायर. एंड व्हेन स्वाति सेज शी वांट्स टू लर्न दिस एनर्जी मैनेजमेंट, आई हैव आल्सो डिस्कवर्ड समथिंग दैट्स वेरी न्यू. There is a concept of energy management and time management. The world teaches us time management. Time तो फिक्स ही है. अब अगर ये ग्रुप में हमें 120 मिनट्स हैं तो 120 मिनट्स ही हैं. अब उसमें मैं कितनी एनर्जी के साथ डिलीवर करके कितनी बातें पहुंचा सकती हूँ इज द एनर्जी, राइट. एंड एनर्जी अलग अलग टाइप की होती है. आज आपकी इमोशनल एनर्जी क्या है, आपकी स्पिरिचुअल एनर्जी कितनी है, आपकी मेंटल एनर्जी कितनी है और आपकी फिजिकल एनर्जी कितनी है, राइट. जब आप एनर्जी को मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे, आई वुड लाइक, आई नो अ लॉट ऑफ यू नॉट ऑन कैमरा, बट could you just type in the chat box if you guys want, or just give me a thumbs up, the ones who are on camera, if you want to learn more about energy management rather than time management. क्योंकि टाइम तो देखो सबके पास 24 घंटे हैं. बिल गेट्स के पास, एलॉन मस्क के पास, मोदी जी के पास, सबके पास 24 ही घंटे होते हैं. तो टाइम का कॉन्सेप्ट बहुत स्टैटिक है. एनर्जी का कॉन्सेप्ट है जो आप एक्सपैंड कर सकते हो. अगर आपकी एनर्जी बढ़ जाती है, गीता सिंह ब्यूटिफुल, ग्रेट, थैंक यू सो मच, ग्रेट दीप्ति सर. अगर आपकी एनर्जी बढ़ जाती है तो पहली काम यही है, थोड़ा साइलेंस में रहने से मन शांत होगा. पॉजिटिव सोचने से, पॉजिटिव विजुअलाइज करने से आपको अच्छा लगेगा अपने बारे में. कुछ रीड करके, कुछ सीखने से ऐसा लगेगा अपने आप के लिए कुछ करा है. कोई दिल में बात दबी हुई है, स्क्राइबिंग करके निकाल. सो दिस इज अबाउट ऑल रेडिंग योर वेसल. एंड एक्सरसाइज का तो दिस इज सो एविडेंट that one does not need to explain. But another thing that's very important, because now you've created your magical morning routine and you can, think more about it. Another thing that's very, very important is the fact that we bloom together. You cannot do this all by yourself. I did not do this all by myself. Shell, let me scroll and see how many of these people. Aparna, Swati have been my childhood friends. Kanika is my, and Diya are from my work. Geeta, somebody that Sajad connected me with. Lekha is from my community, Success Gyan. So is Shell, so is Neetu. सो द पॉइंट इज, क्या ये मैं अकेले कर रही हूँ? मैं अगर ये ज्ञान देना चाहती हूँ और यहाँ कोई रिसीव करने के लिए नहीं बैठा तो मैं हवा में तो नहीं कर सकती. हिंदुस्तान में, इंडिया में, दिस वाज ऑलवेज दिस concept of sangat. You would have also heard in many management books, etc. You are a product of the 5 people that are around you, right? You end up taking that. वो भी छोड़ दो, नेचर की बात करते हैं. अगर कोई पौधा is not blooming to its full potential and you plant, उसके आसपास और 4 पौधे रख दो, you will start seeing them bloom. There is a scientific, अगर जो ग्राउंड के नीचे होता है, and I can bring more science in this conversation if you want, but I don't want to go there. The fact is that your secret power is to have a partner in this journey. Somebody that holds you accountable. कि यार तूने ये बोला था तू करेगी, तो ठीक है ना, तू कर रही है ना, मैं ये नहीं. और अगर तुमने किया और बताया तो somebody who claps for you, somebody who gives you a thumbs up, somebody who celebrates. Like Swati saying, I went to the yoga class and that's all, और आज मेरे पास और कुछ नहीं है. दिया ने ऑटोमेटिकली एक हार्ट भेजा कि यार मेरा बच्चा 1 साल का है, आपका 3 का हो गया, सुन के अच्छा लग रहा है, शायद 2 साल बाद मैं भी जा पाऊंगी योगा, राइट. या जैसे कनिका ने बोला कि मुझे नहीं पता कहाँ क्या बोले, और शैल ने बताया कि नहीं, यू नीड टू ऑनर योरसेल्फ फर्स्ट एंड डू दिस, etc. Right? So what is it? It just gives you an extra boost to stay on track. Imagine having somebody who's cheering, somebody who's celebrating your victories, somebody who's also on sad days, difficult days, giving you a shoulder to cry, somebody who's just nudging you thoda thoda. Kanika and I met about a month and a half ago, and you were not in the best place. And while we'd
Yeah.
met for like chill out coffee and whatever else scenes, but I remember that I had so much to share कि I was like, कनिका देखा ना मेरे सामने भी रोने का नहीं है. ये अभी मैं तेरे को एक ओपन बता रही हूँ क्या क्या कर सकते हैं. कुछ करेगी तो फिर
Yeah.
there is love in doing that. So I really feel that we all bloom together. One thing that you must do today itself, choose an accountability partner. Invite somebody who is a little ahead of you or a little behind you in this journey to be your accountability partner. उसको बस ये बोलते, like weight loss. डाइटिशियन क्यों लेते हैं? किसको नहीं पता कि खाना हेल्दी खाना है, सोना टाइम पे है, एक्सरसाइज करना है तो वेट लॉस हो जाए. किसको नहीं पता है? मुझे ये बता दो, कौन करता है? डाइटिशियन क्या करता है, हजारों हजारों रुपए लेके आपको सुबह 7:30 बजे मुझे वेट भेजना है, फिर मैं आपको डाइट भेजूंगी, फिर आपको बताना है आप उसने डाइट कितनी फॉलो करी, फिर मैं आपको डाइट चल क्या रहा है. There's just one person who's accountable for your progress. Even in this space, I would have been far behind my journey, guys, if I didn't have this success ज्ञान community of love. कल सुबह मेरी एक कॉल पे मैं रो रही थी आंसुओं से कि यार मेरे दिल में ये चीज आ गई, मैंने ये अनाउंस तो कर दी पर मैं रेडी नहीं हूं ये करने के लिए. 15 लोग कूद गए, आई कैन हेल्प यू, आई कैन हेल्प यू, आई कैन. Somebody created my creatives, somebody set up the Zoom for me, somebody taught me how to do breakout rooms this morning, and I am now empowered. मुझे म्यूजिक चलाना भी आ गया Zoom पे, मुझे ब्रेकआउट रूम्स बनाने भी आ गए, मुझे क्रिएटिव एआई से जनरेट करने भी आ गए, और अब मैं ये क्लास भी ले रही हूँ क्योंकि बोलना मुझे शुरू से आता था पर मेरे को चैनल नहीं मिल रहा था. आपके पास है ऐसी कम्युनिटी ऑफ सपोर्ट? और अगर नहीं है, दोस्त बहुत सारे होंगे, गॉसिप पार्टनर्स बहुत सारे होंगे, ऑफिस कलीग्स बहुत सारे होंगे, दारू पार्टी वाले भी बहुत होंगे, कॉफी वाले भी बहुत होंगे, जो तुम्हें तुम्हारी ग्रोथ के लिए इंस्पायर करे कि आज अपने लिए क्या किया, आज रेस्ट किया, आज प्लान किया, आज डिलीवर किया, और जब हो गया तो वाओ, ऑसम, ग्रेट. Think about it. Do you have accountability partner? If you don't have an accountability partner, get one. सेवर्स के बारे में आज सीखा है कल. और अगर इफ यू गाइज वांट, मतलब मैं तो यही चाहूंगी कि जो कम्युनिटी हमने वहां बनाई है शक्ति वाली, all of you are part of it. I'm assuming all of you are a part of it. Otherwise, I'll leave the Aparna or anybody else, Swati, all of you have the WhatsApp link. If you can put in the community once again, and all of them can join. Jo nahi hai, just in your chat, in my chat box, give me your number. I'll add you to it. Start sharing your wins, guys. छोटी सी चीज कि क्या किया आज जिससे सक्सेसफुल लगा. जैसे स्वाति एक जिम की फोटो डालते कि यार आज मैंने ये करा, मजा आ गया. मैं ये ऑल्टर की फोटो डालूं कि मैंने ये करा तो मुझे मजा आ गया. फाइंड समबडी. जिन जिन कम्युनिटी में भी मैंने ये सारा काम सीखा है, हर जगह वहां पर एक ना एक अकाउंटेबिलिटी पार्टनर होना जरूरी बनाते हैं हमारे लिए, नहीं तो हम सब फॉल ऑफ कर जाते हैं उस एनर्जी से. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, हम 20 लोग ज्वाइन करे थे, right? We're just 13 of us who are left. There's still half an hour to go, but I am happy to make it more interactive and discussion. Do you have questions now कि क्या कैसे करना है प्रैक्टिकली, और क्या कर सकते हैं? जैसे मैंने एक और चीज जो सीखी है, जो मैं बोलना चाहती हूँ यहाँ पे, कि यार मैंने ना चीजें पर्सनली लेना छोड़ दिया है. ये मेरा, जिसको जब उस एनर्जी में आना होगा ना, वो उस एनर्जी में तभी आ पाएगा. मेरा, इट्स नॉट अ रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ गरिमा डूइंग अ गुड क्लास और अ बैड क्लास. ब्यूटी इज कि कल लास्ट आधे घंटे में 30 लोगों से फिर वही 14-15 रह गए थे. द ब्यूटी इज कि वर्किंग डे के बीच में 2 लोग ऑफिस से ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं, कोई घर से कर रहा है, हम अभी भी हैं. एंड आई डोंट टेक दिस पर्सनली एज अ रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ माई गुड जॉब और बैड जॉब. नाउ फॉर मी दिस इज सर्विस. फॉर मी दिस इज गोइंग टू गिव मी एनर्जी. So, is there a question? Is there anything that you want to interact? Otherwise, we'll read from this book and we'll conclude, because I don't see too much interaction. Deepika ma'am, you were very interactive yesterday. Is there anything you want to add? Chalo. So otherwise, just give me a thumbs up, guys. Let's read from this book. Let's conclude. एक आखिरी बात मुझे और बोलनी है कि while जब तक there is no skin in the game ना, what do you mean by skin in the game is like, जब तक आपका कुछ दाव पे नहीं लगा होता ना, तो आप सीरियस नहीं होते, चाहे वो आपकी खुद की लर्निंग हो. जब घड़ा यहाँ तक भर जाता है ना, तभी ये सब काम शुरू होता है. So having said that, there is a need for energy exchange. If we are 10-15 people and only 4-5 are active, then I also feel a certain way. A part of me knows this is not to be taken in a certain way, but humans being humans. So starting tomorrow, I'm going to put up a QR code. If you want to attend, I'd at least require you to make that commitment by a donation of just 99 rupees, less than $100. 100 रुपए की कॉफी पी लेते हैं हम. So, and all those proceeds are going to go for charity, for girl child empowerment. So I'm going to put that up tomorrow. Also, if you feel that this is going to help somebody, feel free to invite more of your friends. Every day when we come in this room, because there are new people, then we're going to do a little bit of revision. if you feel somebody needs this and you want that person to be your accountability partner. For example, Aparna and Swati are my bestest friends for 20 years. I want them to know कि कर क्या रही हूँ यार मैं लाइफ में, नहीं तो मैं कॉमन कॉन्वर्सेशंस कैसे करूँ कि कॉफी पे, वो तो वही सास बहू में अटके होंगे. एंड देन मेरी दोस्ती में से आई विल स्टार्ट फॉलोइंग ऑफ, or they will start looking at things in a certain way. So if you guys want more people to come in, feel free. I'll add you to the community. Kanika, are you there in the community? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm there.
Perfect. ठीक है जी. So the way I do work with this book is that I just flip any one page and read from it, just recapping what this book is about, because I see 3 people on camera. All 3 of you were not there. Do you guys know about the bombing story of Nilima that I spoke about yesterday about intuition? Geeta does. You don't. So, how did I pick this up? Is in the podcast that Nilima ma'am did with Ranveer Alabadia with TRS, she spoke about the fact that with this work, she became very intuitive. She would just open and read tarots out of her own joy and things would come true. She was going to Oxford University to take a lecture on Saundarya Lahari. Posters were out, flyers were out, people had registered, but somehow she just called her husband. It's like मुझे ऐसे लग रहा है ना जैसे इस बार मैं मतलब जब जा रही थी या कभी तो भी कि इस बार लंदन मतलब I'm feeling a little eerie because I fear bombing. It's like England में, London में, कहाँ से bombing? What's happening with you? What's wrong with you? And then it just so happened that 2015 there were a lot of tube bombings in London, and the day she had to be on those routes, she didn't take that route because she wanted to be. She felt a certain way. So these are times when God works through you and your intuition becomes very sharp. And if you do more work in this space, you'll realize these miracles will start coming in your life. The book is in a way where it introduces goddess to you from an Indian perspective. The goddess tradition, the religious fabric, Hindu literature, decoding Tantrism, incarnation and manifestations, and Adbhut Ramayan, and then the forms of divinity. Then it talks about different evolution of God, the Jain and the Buddhist culture, the Tantra and the Vedic culture, and then divine landscapes, that हमारे मंदिर कहाँ कहाँ हैं और क्यों वहाँ हैं और क्या उनकी stories है. So it's a beautiful book that way. I'll just flip any one page that we feel like, and then I'll show that to you and we'll, oh wow. Oh wow. Just look at the beautiful picture. This is the picture that the title. Geeta, can you please go on mute, darling? Geeta ji, मैं host हूँ ना, मैं mute कर सकती हूँ. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, I've put her on mute. Okay, so this is how it goes. This is Indian artist Raja Ravi Verma's rendition of Kali trampling on Shiva. Kali forms strikes awe and fear. To see her, to get her blessed sight, that is darshana. Is to get stunned. When you get stunned is when that's the nature of the darshan of Kali. She is firmly ensconced as Shiva's consort, and both divinities embody wildness, complementing each other. In all her representations with Shiva, she is never meek or docile. Unlike Parvati, who injects calmness in Shiva, Kali stirs up his destructive behavior. Ironically, it is Shiva who attempts to tame her. This image is an example of the dynamic between them. Beautiful. So as a wife, your Kali Roop, your husband tries to tame you, but nobody can tame you when you're in that mode. So then it explains the attributes of Kali. Kali's dark blue skin tone emphasizes her association with Shiva, who is often portrayed in blue. Her brandished a khadga or bhai ye bada hi difficult hai, stained with blood of the Asur Dagruka in one of the left hand. तो उनका जो त्रिशूल है उसके ऊपर खून लगा हुआ है, because that's what, symbolizes the fierceness. Her consort Shiva is lying down like a corpse on the ground. He adopted this strategy to calm her down, and she comes back to her senses. So the way story goes is, Kali ki jeeb hamesha bahar kyun hoti hai, is that in her mayhem, when she was not looking at anything, Shiva finally had to lie down, and when she stepped on Shiva, and out of embarrassment, the tongue came out. Like, while we feel that it's the fierceness, but the fact is that it's a complementary nature of feminine and masculine that keep each other in balance. That's also a significance. The lolling, protruding tongue signifies her shock, perhaps also embarrassment at stepping on her husband. Its red color shows that it's stained with blood, indicating how she laps up. ये दूसरी स्टोरी इसमें वो भी है, वो क्या रक्त बीज होता था, जिसका कहीं पे भी एक एक ड्रॉप पड़ता है रक्त का, तो और रक्त बीजास बन जाते थे. So when she takes her tongue out, she takes all of that together. She is nude, called Digambari, meaning sky clad. The other reason of it being blue is because she's clad with the whole energy of the sky. The garland depicts heads or mundamala. That's again Chandamund, because she's actually overcome a lot of those demons. That's why the mala. And her hair is unbound, wild, and disheveled, called various things. Is bada difficult hai. It signifies her untamable freedom and her liberation from the societal norms. That's why she's also called Muktakeshi, meaning one of the free-flowing hair. So that's, maybe Kali wanted to come and, share her energy with us. So that's about it, guys. Let's wrap this early today. Any last words? That's okay. Dr. Ruchi saying that today she is not her 100%, which is perfectly fine. Dipti Didi wants to know how to get. Dipti, you'll have to give me, I don't know. I really hope I'm assuming that you're the Dipti that I know, but could you please send me your number so that I can add you? Just add, अरे आप ही तो हो. I'll send you the link to join. Thank you so much for the appreciation, Ruchi. Dipti, now that you're on camera, do you want to say something? कुछ तो बोलो ना. अच्छा लगेगा हमें, पूजा पाठ करके आए हो आप.
It's Navratra, so we have to do all that.
Have to नहीं, we choose to. It's a good thing. बताइए.
We are willing to do all that.
Very nice. तो कल से कैसा चल रहा है? कल भी थे आप पूरे टाइम, आज भी थे पूरे टाइम.
हाँ. Frankly speaking, some of the things are going out of much above. काफी
so
कुछ है जो ठीक है, it's going well, it's going very nice, पर काफी कुछ ऐसा भी है जो कि ऊपर से जा रहा है.
जैसे
काफी चीजें, मतलब I'm not able to relate to myself. कई चीजें हैं कि हम ठीक है टेकन फॉर ग्रांटेड लेते हैं अपनी लाइफ में. ठीक है, आज गरिमा ने बोला है तो शायद सोचे इस बारे में. अभी तक हम बच्चों में, हस्बैंड्स में, घर में इतने एनसर्कल्ड हैं कि वी आर नॉट थिंकिंग ऑफ आवरसेल्फ.
बट इज दैट ओके? लाइक आपको उसमें रह के अगर आप खुश हो तो खुश हो. वो भी बहुत, मतलब
आई एम कंफर्टेबल विद इट.
एग्जैक्टली. एंड दैट्स
जब
द
बच्चे आते
ब्यूटी.
हैं तो दे कम एंड ये हग यू, मम्मी हम आ गए. ठीक है, वो आएंगे, 1 घंटे के लिए रहेंगे, फिर दे गो फॉर ट्यूशन, दे गो फॉर देयर क्लासेस, क्रिकेट क्लास एंड ऑल दैट. तो कमिंग एंड गोइंग, ठीक है, मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम यू आर अलोन एट होम, बट स्टिल यू हैव सो मेनी एंगेजमेंट्स.
आपको बहुत सारा मी टाइम भी मिल जाता होगा उसमें, जो हम लेबल कर रहे हैं ऐसे, जो जो नहीं मिल पाता है. शैल, यू वांटेड टू से समथिंग? आई थिंक यू रेज्ड योर हैंड. डिड यू? बोलो. आई लेट हर.
The only thing which I see is कि हम अपने जीवन में बहुत सारे रोल्स प्ले करते हैं, ठीक है ना. तो अब उसमें हम अपने रोल्स में या तो खो जाएं, या हम उन्हें अपने रोल्स देखें वो हमारे जीवन का एक हिस्सा है और हम हैं. अब आप माँ भी हैं, आप पत्नी भी हैं, आप किसी की बेटी भी हैं, आप किसी की दोस्त भी हैं, तो वो सब हमारे लिए एक एक रोल है ना। हम एक हर चीज में अपनी भूमिका निभा रहे हैं। आप एक भक्त की भूमिका निभा रहे हैं, आप अभी अभी पूजा करके आई हैं, तो आप अपनी भूमिका भी निभा रही हैं। तो अपने आप को वो भूमिकाओं में मत खोइए ना, वो भूमिकाएं आपका एक हिस्सा है।
They are part of my life, they are part of me, and I am finding joy in that.
Yes.
एक कंपल्शन नहीं है कि तुम्हें पूजा करनी है तो यू हैव टू डू पूजा। एक कंपल्शन नहीं है कि हाँ बच्चे आए हैं तो तुम्हें खाना देना है। इट इज माई विलिंगनेस कि ठीक है, मेड कैन ऑल्सो डू दैट। आई हैव अ मेड, शी कैन डू ऑल दिस थिंग्स फॉर द किड्स, बट आई फील प्रेशर इन गिविंग फूड टू माई चाइल्ड।
हाँ
I feel pleasure in
अगर
talking to them,
आपको
sitting with
वो
them on
doesn't
table.
say ओके
नहीं, दीप्ति जी, आपने जब शुरुआत करी थी, आपने एक सिर्फ छोटा सा एक वाक्य कहा था, एंड यू हैड मेंशन दैट घर गृहस्थी में रह गए हैं, बच्चों में और हस्बैंड में देख रहे हैं उनको, तो वन गेट्स बिजी. So that's why I started with this. Yes, all of us get busy. Whether one is a housewife, whether one is single, whether one is a working woman, or for that matter, even men. So the whole idea is, what I am trying to only say is, अपना जो अंदर की जो दीप्ति है ना, इसको हमें खोना नहीं चाहिए भूमिकाओं में. ये दीप्ति हर भूमिका में है, और वो दीप्ति हमेशा रहनी चाहिए अलग से. वो भूमिका हमारा एक हिस्सा है. The day I don't know whether I'm making sense or not, but then the day
No, I agree to you, but that's what I said कि हाँ गरिमा ने कहा है तो I'll think over it. ये प्रोस्पेक्टिव अभी तक ना तो माइंड में था ना सोचा था. हाँ, पर आगे एक बार मतलब I'll think over it.
That's
जैसे
beautiful.
आप अपने बच्चों का ध्यान रखते हैं ना, वैसे आप अपने अंदर का जो छोटा बच्चा है ना, छोटी दीप्ति, उसका भी ध्यान रखिए. You'll see the difference. Thank
Yeah,
you.
and she's daughter of a woman who's so powerful. मैंने पहले दिन ही जब वो करा तो auntie so Aparna and Deepti Didi, they're sisters, and Aparna is my best friend, and I've been a part of the family for 20 years now. This is almost like a बस blood relation ही नहीं है उस, because it's a chosen relationship which is even bigger than that. तो उन्होंने मुझे स्पेशली मैसेज करा फेसबुक पे कि बहुत बढ़िया, मुझे बड़ा अच्छा लग रहा है, इंटरेस्टिंग है, बट शी गोज टू अ चैरिटेबल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड वर्क्स देयर फॉर अबाउट 2 hours, एंड हर थिंग वाज कि इस टाइम मैं वहां जाती हूँ, बट अदरवाइज आई वुड हैव डेफिनेटली अटेंडेड. एंड she is at her age so progressive with her thoughts. She's also into all of this development, personal development space, and she's been after life of all of these girls also ke karo, so what happens is, and if you find joy, that's beautiful. मैं 1 मिनट के लिए भी नहीं कह रही, for that matter मैंने तो बहुत कुछ खो दिया था, that I'm getting back in touch with, कि इसमें कितना मजा आता है ये मैं भूल गई थी. तो ऐसे ही एंड उस समय कोई मुझे बोलता ना कि नहीं नहीं इसी में, तो मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ये ना, ये दे वांट टू, जैसे वो काली वाला हमने पढ़ा ना, दे वांट टू टाई मी अप टू समथिंग. इन सब में क्या रखा है? आई हैव टू बी ऑनेस्ट हियर, आई यूज्ड टू लुक डाउन अपॉन पीपल हु डिराइव जॉय इन दिस, थिंकिंग यू आर नॉट केपेबल ऑफ बेटर. ये जो मैं कल एक बात बोली थी, इफ दे न्यू बेटर दे वुड डू बेटर, मतलब मेरे को उस टाइम बेटर पता होता ना, तो आई वुड हैव बीन more accepting of people around me, more graceful with the way things are. So it's beautiful to have all opinions, and this is why this space is na, कि सब अपने अपने point of view रखें. So if anybody wants to unmute and just share one last thought as we are going. Kanika, you want to conclude? Because I can see only the three of you on camera, तो मैं क्या करूं? मैं काफी request कर रही हूँ बाकी सबको, but I'm hoping. गीता जी आ गई. गीता, तू बिजी है तो कोई बात नहीं.
हाँ, अरे मैं गंदा वाला बच्चे, मेरा फोन गिर गया था, आई लॉस्ट माय फोन.
You're
अभी
on the phone.
राइट ना.
You're on the
Yeah,
phone.
I was going on the bike. I had to get something and it was in my pocket. मैं क्लास ऑन करके ही like जाते जाते वो गिर गया.
हाँ. अरे,
And then I was all baffled trying to, and I luckily found it.
we are all lucky. We are all blessed, in fact. Were you able to catch up something? Is there anything you want to share?
No,
No
no, I was
compulsion.
attending. It just happened in the past 10 minutes. I was all attentive.
ठीक है, तो बताओ फिर क्या लगा तुम्हें आज के बारे में?
मेरे को वो सेवर्स वाला जो है, आई फाउंड इट वेरी इंसाइटफुल। मतलब जैसे रूटीन होता है, वी वी हार्डली टेक टाइम व्हाइल स्लीपिंग, वी हैव लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स कि कल ये करना है वो करना है, देन वी वेक अप अगेन, वी शेड्यूल द होल डे। बट दैट साइलेंस वाला मोमेंट जो है, आई थिंक वी नीड टू अप्रिशिएट टू बी इन द मोमेंट। दैट वाज वेरी पावरफुल। एंड विजुअलाइजेशन का भी, आई यूज्ड टू ऑलवेज गेट स्टक कि इफ सी माइंड, वी थिंक वी वांट टू विजुअलाइज, मतलब फ्यूचर थिंक करते हैं, बट माइंड वर्क्स की इन द मोमेंट, यू हैव टू फील दैट एवरीथिंग वी हैव, तभी मैनिफेस्ट होगा। सो व्हेन यू सेड कि फोकस ऑन विजुअलाइजिंग आज क्या करना है, सो आई थिंक दैट वाज वेरी पावरफुल फॉर मी अगेन। एंड हाँ, affirmations, we feel lot of lows and highs, so that is a positive way of how we talk to ourselves is also so important.
Yes,
Oh
don't
wow.
forget, ऐसे छोटे छोटे लगा लो यार, तुम आर्टिस्ट हो। Never
हाँ
forget how wildly capable you are. मैंने खुद मंगा
हाँ,
के, खुद को गिफ्ट करके, खुद अपने डेस्क पे लगा लिया। कोई मेरे को बताएगा नहीं, मैं खुद।
that's so
Thank you so
nice.
much. Thank you. Lekha, oh my God, she said mom is unwell in a lot of pain, hence I was not able to focus on session, even though I was listening, might have प्लीज टेक केयर लेखा, वी आर ऑल सेंडिंग हीलिंग एनर्जी टू योर मदर। प्लीज आप अपना ध्यान रखो, आपने फिर भी ज्वाइन किया, मेक्स मेक्स अ लॉट ऑफ डिफरेंस एंड इट्स रियली स्वीट ऑफ यू टू डू दैट। आई डोंट नो हु इज लॉग्ड इन फ्रॉम आईफोन। चल करने का, ठीक है, थैंक यू सो मच डार्लिंग। कुछ बोल के जाएगी या जा रही है?
Hi Garima, this is Ginny. I have logged in through iPhone.
तो फिर तो शक्ल क्यों नहीं दिखा रही अपनी?
आज शक्ल अच्छी लग नहीं रही है दिखाने वाली।
अच्छा चल, तू कर ले, हम सब ऑल गर्ल्स इन द रूम, लेट अस डिसाइड अच्छी लग रही है कि नहीं लग रही।
अच्छा ओके।
क्या अच्छा नहीं लग रहा भाई?
बस ऐसे ही था। एंड हाय हाय एवरीवन, आई एम गिनी। अभी तक आईफोन 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 बहुत हो रहा था इन द रूम आल्सो, एंड आई जस्ट फॉरगॉट टू
गीता
चेंज माय
सिंह,
नेम
अच्छे
टू
लग
गिनी।
रहे हो, हाय।
अच्छी लग रही हूँ, but you know, aging and a lot of things which I get, as you know, I get a lot of inferiority complex because of that. You have always changed me. You have always empowered me. Matlab, I could see the same power and energy that is in you, and you want others to gain that from you. I have never, matlab, you have never hidden things, and you desperately and honestly matlab takes the effort to change or to help the person who seeks help, matlab it is like that. So it was a great
आपने क्या सीखा
experience.
आज?
हाँ, आज बहुत कुछ सीखा। कल
3
का
बातें
मिस हो
बताओ।
गया था, बट आज बहुत कुछ सीखा जो मैं भूल गई थी। एंड आई हैव लॉस्ट द कॉन्फिडेंस, एज यू नो। अब फिर वो धीरे धीरे आई एम रीगेनिंग इट। आई एम फीलिंग हैप्पी दैट आई एम इनटू दैट कम्युनिटी, मे बी ड्यू टू लैक ऑफ नेटवर्क एंड अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, you know. So I was, I had thing, but up फिर से those thoughts have, you know, I have reseeded those thoughts in my mind कि अब maybe कुछ हो सकता है, a community is there to help and support. And अब जो नया networking style और ये सब हो रहा है, क्योंकि maybe you are in that space and you are the right person who can, you know, channelize the things that you have gained from others, और हमें उसको कैसे अपनी लाइफ में, you know, उसको लाना है और उससे कैसे बेनिफिट होना है। दैट्स द थिंग। हमें बहुत सारी चीजें पता होती हैं, बट हम एज ह्यूमंस ना, वी फील लो समटाइम्स, नहीं समझ आता कि उसको चैनलाइज कैसे करें और उससे बेनिफिट कैसे लें। तो आई थिंक दैट्स द मीडियम, यू आर द मीडियम जो हमें ये सिखा रहा है, बहुत छोटी छोटी चीजें। तो आई एम हैप्पी दैट आई एम अ पार्ट ऑफ
तो
दिस
तू कल क्या
कम्युनिटी।
करेगी सुबह उठ के, या आज
मैं
रात को
कल
सोने से पहले अपने लिए?
यार मैं बता रही हूँ कि बहुत सारी चीजें ऐसी हो रही हैं अभी लाइफ में। मी थ्रू द प्रेगनेंसी फेज, अभी मैं सबको बता दूं, आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग। तो अभी इस फेज में आई हैव अ लॉट ऑफ, यू नो, विद माय 8-year-old किड ऑल्सो, बहुत कुछ हो रहा है। तो अभी कल उठकर मुझे सबसे पहले जो चीज करनी है, एक तो एफर्मेशंस करनी है, विच आई हैव नोन थ्रू काफी टाइम से, बट मैं कर नहीं पा रही थी क्योंकि अपने आप को गाइड नहीं कर पा रही थी. अब आई कुड सी अदर्स ऑल्सो कि सब कर रहे हैं, आई शुड ऑल्सो, आई कैन डू. मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि इट्स नॉट डिफिकल्ट. तो पहला ये करना है. दूसरा एंगर मैनेजमेंट, पेशेंस लानी है जो बिल्कुल जीरो हो चुकी है शायद.
वो सब
और
लॉन्ग टर्म
एज
गोल्स है.
पेरेंट्स,
बस आज इस कॉल के बाद 5 मिनट के लिए अफर्मेशंस करनी है, उतने से
अफर्मेशंस
स्टार्ट.
करनी है,
बस
ब्रीदिंग एक्सरसाइजेस करनी है, मे बी जिससे थोड़ा सा काम डाउन हो सकूं. आप मानोगे मेरा बीपी इज नॉर्मल, बट माय हार्ट बीट, माय पल्स इज ऑलवेज हाई. पता नहीं क्यों आई एम नॉट बीइंग एबल टू काम माई सेल्फ.
अभी भी
दैट्स द थिंग. तो बस अब ऐसे ही हो रहा है कि आई नीड टू काम माई सेल्फ. एवरीथिंग इज गोइंग. पहले ऐसे लगता था कि बहुत सारी चीजों का चार्ज मेरे हाथ में है. अब लग रहा है नहीं, डेस्टिनी हैज ऑल सेट फॉर मी. जो होना है वो होना ही है. तो अब ये थोड़ा थोड़ा समझ में आ रहा है. थोड़ा थोड़ा मैंने चार्ज लेना छोड़ दिया थिंग्स का. अब लेट द थिंग्स कम बाय द फ्लो. आई एम रेडी टू एक्सेप्ट. बहुत सारी चीजें चेंज करनी है एज ह्यूमंस, क्योंकि हमसे बहुत बेटर पीपल हैं, हमें जिनसे इंस्पिरेशन लेनी चाहिए और अच्छा बनना चाहिए आई थिंक. और पॉजिटिव देने वाले लोग बहुत कम है, नेगेटिविटी फैलाने
ऐसा
वाले लोग
बिल्कुल भी
बहुत
नहीं है.
ज्यादा.
अपर्णा, दीप्ति, दीपिका, गीता, डज एनीबडी वांट टू सेंड सम पॉजिटिविटी टू गिन्नी? शी इज एन एक्सपेक्टिंग मदर, शी इज प्रेग्नेंट. कोई भी अपना कोई एक वर्ड ऑफ एडवाइस देना चाहता है? आई नो फॉर श्योर दीप्ति एंड अपर्णा आर मदर्स. लेखा इज अ मदर. बट अब ये ना, ये सब अभी ऑफ करके अपने बैठे हुए हैं. बट ट्रस्ट मी, देयर विल बी इनफ एंड मोर पीपल. ओहो, कोई तो गीता इज वांटिंग टू से समथिंग.
Yeah.
I think the child, you expecting child is only a divinity, or like divinity. You are carrying that energy within you, and you have that womb that can bring alive a life. So you are magical. So you just have
Yeah,
to
thank you.
keep affirming the same things, and because the baby will also carry your energy, and it's
Yeah,
not just
yeah.
you; it's another life as well with you. So the moment you become responsible, it becomes easier.
Thank you so much.
दीप्ति दीदी भी आ गए हैं, उन्होंने भी अनम्यूट कर लिया, वो भी कुछ बताएंगी.
See, motherhood is something you will be enjoying the most. This is
ऑलरेडी
something
8 साल का बच्चा है, ये दूसरा है.
बट दूसरा भी है, पर दूसरे में और चीजें होती हैं. जो गलतियां हम पहले में करते हैं ना, वी आर गोइंग टू करेक्ट देम फॉर द सेकेंड वन. और पता है, अब
Right.
लगता है कि शायद अब होते तो काफी कुछ बेटर कर लेती मैं उनके लिए. काफी कुछ गलतियां हम करते हैं जो कि हम सेकेंड चाइल्ड में, या फिर अब आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू टेक अ चांस, पर मेरे को लगता है कि अब मैं एक बच्चा पैदा करूंगी, या अब मेरे पास कोई बच्चा होगा, आई विल नरिश समवन, तो वो काफी बेटर होगा जो मैंने पहले करा है और जो मैं
Right.
कर चुकी हूँ. और आफ्टर बीइंग इन अ क्लास, आफ्टर टेकिंग सच mentors, it will improve you a lot. And especially it's going to improve the womb inside you. The child will get some positive energy, and it is going to have much more effect internally to the child.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
If you
Lekha
will
has
be
also
positive,
sent
the
you.
child will be positive.
I'll
लेखा
try
ने भी
to.
लव एंड
I'll try
ब्लेसिंग्स
to.
भेजा है. नीतू आज ऑफिस में, अदरवाइज आई नो शी वुड हैव बीन वेरी एक्टिव. दीपिका जी भी आ गई फाइनली. सी शी इज,
Hello.
मैम यू आर 73, राइट?
Yeah, 72.
Hello,
72.
ma'am.
All I will say is just send love to your child within and yourself.
Oh, thank
Just keep doing
you.
that, and
Thank
it will
you.
change completely your mindset, and you will be relaxed, and you will
Thank
enjoy
you.
it. You will
Thank
enjoy
you.
it.
This was the thing. Now I was lacking a bunch of friends who, to whom I can talk to, experience share कर सकूं. But अभी तो इतना अच्छा सा एक bunch मिल गया है मुझे. I think I can correlate. I can share my experiences. I can seek advice from them. तो अब अच्छा लग रहा है, थोड़ा सा relieved भी लग रहा है. वही ना, जैसे अभी मुझे थोड़ा टाइम पहले अभी गरिमा ने ऐड किया कि you need someone to be, जिससे आप बात कर सको, आप अपना
That's
सब
right.
कुछ वेंट आउट कर सको. बट
Yeah.
अभी ऐसा हो नहीं रहा. एंड पहले आई हैड अ सर्कल, सब कुछ था, तो आई वाज अ चेंज्ड पर्सन. और अभी जैसे ही आई वाज इनटू फैमिली, लाइक स्टॉप थिंकिंग अबाउट माई सेल्फ. तो अब ऐसा हो रहा है कि बस लाइफ रह गई है, हस्बैंड, फैमिली, बच्चे, मैं, और अपने बारे में उतना नहीं सोच पा रहे थे. तो मे बी अब ये सर्कल मुझे ये बताएगा कि मैं भी हूँ इस सर्कल का इंटीग्रल पार्ट. अगर मैं ही
Yeah.
ठीक नहीं हूँ तो आई थिंक बाकियों को तो मैं कुछ भी नहीं कर सकूंगी.
Nini, you have got a lot of positive things in you. All you have to just embrace it. Look within and love yourself first, your child, and you will be fine. You will be perfect.
Thank you so much.
दीपिका मैम, I also wanted to know, आप सक्सेस ज्ञान कम्युनिटी के थ्रू आए, बिकॉज हमारी कभी 1-on-1 बात नहीं हुई.
Aji, tell me.
Oh, nice. तो आप क्या अभी वे ऑफ द चैंपियंस वाले में हो?
Sorry.
You're a part of the Way of the Champions community right now?
I'm just watching this Zoom. One of my friends sent me.
Oh,
Nilesh Bhai.
nice.
Nilesh Dalal. He is my friend.
Oh,
We have been friends for a long time. We are kind
okay.
of a spiritual friend rather than.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful.
So
Thank you
he's
so
my
much for
mentor.
blessing.
He's my mentor, and whenever I get stuck, or I have any queries, I just phone him any time of the day or night, and he's there for me.
Beautiful.
And that's the great thing that has happened in my life. Such a
Thank
good
you
friend. with-
so much for joining. Can I get your number? Can you give me your number so that I add you in the WhatsApp group so that I can stay? Or
Yeah,
yes,
98190
190.
32747.
Thank you so much.
You're
Very
welcome.
sweet of you. Thank you for blessing us every day with your presence. And I really hope that I see you every day. Really beautiful.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Wow. Okay, then we'll close now. We're
Okay,
5 minutes late. Bye, ma'am. Bye, Deepti Didi. Bye, Aparna. Bye, Geeta. Thank you so much for everything. Bye, Ginny. Bye,
Bye bye.
Lekha. See you. Lots of love,
See you.
guys.
See you. Lots of love to you too. Bye.
Bye.